one on a journey into the third eye, the ajna, in our most recent pleasure temple ceremony. It's hard to even speak. Speaking very slowly, which is great.
Yeah, so last week, or whenever it was, we did the crown, and today we dropped down into the third eye. And so we had our eyes closed for a lot of it, which felt so good. Yeah, very necessary for the third eye, because close down the two eyes, I feel a really potent vision can be revealed. And yeah, we dropped in pretty deep. So we're here to debrief and harvest. If we can find our words.
Wow, so we kind of started the ceremony with a practice of microcosmic orbiting breath using our glass wands to actually physically ground and penetrate our cervix, our womb, cranium area, and allow that to channel upwards and open up our third eye and really start the ceremony in this way. So it was not only juicy and pleasurable, but it was also extremely activating energetically, spiritually. I felt so much like washing, just like waters, waterfall, river, lakes, ocean energy, just gushing and cleansing and clearing. And it's raining outside too.
It feels so fitting and awesome. I really enjoyed it.
We're at the very end of Pisces season in sidereal, according to the sky. We're in like the last week of Pisces. So it's that final kind of clearing away all the illusions that Piscean energy can bring us into those murky depths of the waters in order to bring us that crystalline clarity and sight and vision.
How fitting then.
Yeah. How do you feel now compared to when you began?
I feel a lot more like honed in here. I feel more landed in my body. I feel more this energy here versus maybe before, or actually, before we started this journey, this ceremony today. I felt like I was here, but at the same time, there was a lot of energies outside. It's kind of like all over the place. I feel really like all of me has been anchored here. All the energy. I feel a lot of also almost like I ate a meal, a really nourishing, nutritious meal, just from feeling the energy from circulating in my body. The support of this, like what this does for me, it's, the word for lingam is wand of light. This is obviously not a lingam, a penis, but it is a wand, and it is very like a pillar. And so the support of this in our practice today was that it really helped me to breathe from my sex and feel the energy go up, like feel that light or the energy go up and into my third eye. And it really helps, especially for the third eye, because it can be really like, woo, out. And this helps too, because me and Alfina, we journey through the cosmos through our self-pleasure. And we're also really devoted to being really embodied and staying here while we're doing that. So that we're grounded.
So that you can go further. The deeper you tether, the higher you can expand. It's so important. That's what I'm learning.
Same.
Yeah, integrating that. Yeah, I feel like I was kind of so in my head and like there's so much energy pulling me in so many other directions, and I didn't even realize how chaotic and unsettled I felt. And now I just felt like this magnetic pull of all my energy from all these different places and people and experiences just like coming back. home to me. Yeah. And I really liked the closing the eyes piece. And when we were sharing that dance together, I was just like, I want to do more things in general with my eyes closed.
Me too.
Because it really does activate something else.
It does.
What was the vision that, if you want to share, what visions you were seeing or experiences were playing out?
Well, I can't share all the details about the vision, but one thing that was coming to me was around how, like, my future self, or how really my expanded self, like who I have. The vision was around how I need to be and move to be my most authentic, real, and true self, that which I'm expanding into. It was me feeling, I guess, the qualities of the me that is living out my soul's calling and purpose. It's not all clear in words, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's okay. It's like we're seeing it in our third eye. It's hard to always put into words.
Yeah, but it was kind of like I could see it, and then I could feel those energies in my body. Some of it had to do with leadership. Yeah, the way that I would hold space for certain things that feel deeply exciting for my soul. How about you, Rofina?
I was just seeing and feeling all these parts of my life that I desire more bliss, more ease, more love, more connection, more harmony, and just like breathing life into those places and seeing those pictures in an actual, like a movie screen I was watching, and feeling myself in that 5 sense reality, which is visualization is like so backed up scientifically. I mean, athletes use visualization to do better in their games, in their practices, and a successful business. People use visualization. It's an incredible strategy, and the more that you can bring the 5 senses reality into your vision, so that means you're seeing yourself there, you're smelling what you would smell in that scene, you're tasting what you would taste, you're hearing what you would hear, you're touching what you would touch. You really want to bring all of those senses in, and that visualization is how we birth that into reality. So this isn't just woo-woo. When we connect with our ajna, with our intuition, with our truth, then we can create from that place of clarity and truth, as opposed to creating from chaos, confusion, and from this external world, which can be very misleading. When we kind of come back to center, get clear about what it is that actually we want to create, that we want to see for ourselves, then that's the birth portal, that's the canal where our dream reality can literally be birthed from.
And then it's like we've already lived it. Like it's like it's already unfolded, so there's not we're not separated from it.
Exactly.
Because it's been seen, it's been felt, it's been,
Yeah, the frequency we've tapped into.
Yeah.
So it won't be so scary for our nervous systems, and for our human selves when it happens. We'll be familiar. We've already familiarized ourselves with it.
Yeah.
And there's more science around somatically, like removing traumatic blockages from our nervous system, because really we can think we want something, we can even envision it, but like the final step is that somatically in the body, if there's trauma that we're storing around having that, even if we say we want money, but let's just say our ancestral lineage has been really poor and broke, and actually what our nervous system recognizes is what's familiar, not what's actually safe for us. So it could be safe to be rich, but it's familiar to be poor. And so that's what we continue to manifest until we heal those deeper traumas and blockages and fears around money that we subconsciously or consciously hold. And I think that the vision piece is a really powerful way to set ourselves up on that process of manifestation.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we'll move into more of that like primal trauma release stuff when we get into some of the lower chakras.
Yeah,
like
we're
the
like
sacral and the root. But we're just moving our way down.
descending, right?
Yeah, we're descending.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Hmm.
In terms of the vision thing, one time I just was envisioning myself doing a perfect handstand. I felt that I saw it, and then I did it. It was actually the longest handstand I've ever held.
Wow.
So it's definitely very real.
Wow.
And I was at the Dr. Joe Dispenza Advanced Retreat for 7 days, and I mean, it's scientifically backed up.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
How was that experience?
Dr. Joe Dispenza?
Because I've been seeing mixed things recently, and this is a little controversial, but one of my friends made this video about how he takes these people to these really like extreme places, and then there's really like barely any integration, and how that can actually be neglectful to take people into such deep, radically transformative places and then not to have an integration. And so I'm curious about that, and like speaking to the importance of integration in general.
Yeah, I can imagine that it would be really intense for someone who's never experienced an opening, because what happens in the meditation is it's extremely opening. It seems like it's almost like taking DMT or 5-MeO or smoking 5-MeO, you know? What happened, my experience was beautiful and very revealing. And, but yeah, I don't know how to say, like, there were definitely people that were going into like, big cathartic things and releases.
Kundalini awakening.
Yeah, and screaming really loud too. Because we did shoot out a lot, because we were doing a lot of breathing through all of our centers, through here, blessing the energy centers, and then breathing up through them, and then literally locking them at the pineal gland and holding it. And in that moment, what would happen was it would completely open up to a realm that's beyond body and mind, the infinite field of potential. And so for me, it's amazing. And perhaps the integration piece, he didn't talk much about integration, but
so yeah, I mean, and everyone's responsible, right, for themselves. Sovereignty, and like something that we really focus on in our ceremonies too is like giving the space, giving the body, giving the mind time to rest and digest. And that's what these videos are too for us. This video is an integration for us to share. And it's like the ongoing process of integrating what we're seeing, what we're experiencing. What I'm noticing right now is like a level of presence, like a penetrative presence that has come online since our ceremony that wasn't there before.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I've landed here. It feels really peaceful, and I was telling Alfina I'm maybe like 4 days or 5 days, 3 I think, before my bleed. So this was just, sometimes before I bleed, it can be a little like buzzing energy, and I feel quite settled and calm and quiet actually. I don't have so many words today. I'd like to share how much I appreciated breast massage, massaging our breasts, and yeah, just that piece around how important and precious it is to, like, for us, both of us, I mean, and for any woman, also for men, when you're with a woman, to really attune to this pleasure temple, to attune to the body before going anywhere, with the wand of life, with the lingam or our wands. So it was just really opening and beautiful to warm up the body and melt and soften and breathe and really listen. And I felt really juicy and wet when I put this in.
It's wild how much of a difference it really makes.
Yeah.
When you take that time to attune and you de-armor the breasts and the gateways of the heart, and you just warm up the body. We were doing those like practices before, the sensual, erotic, nurturing, primal practices, which is our freebie offering if you're interested in that. It's a free offering, an embodiment practice, 3 or 4 different signatures to really warm you up for anything, for any occasion, get you in the body and out of the mind.
Hot date or just for whatever, anything.
Hot date or an exam or
meeting your family,
practice, meeting anything.
Anything.
And the final thing I want to share in this video is just this like download I've been receiving recently. Because where we live, and in general, if you live in a city or you live in just a stimulating environment like we do, where there's all these colorful people and so much beauty in nature and like beauty in humans and things going on and events and this and that, it's so easy to just like be in this constant like seeking, looking, grasping, thinking energy.
As if the divine is somewhere out there and more.
Right? Like looking, waiting. It's like a leak on, it's like a pull from our energy. I mean, this can happen with technology, our phones, computers, anywhere really. We're exposed to this leakage. And just this ceremony was a reminder that really just truly just closing the eyes, the physical eyes, is such a meditative healing practice. And remembering that everything we're seeking, everything we're looking for can always be found within, and that it's all just a reflection of our internal world. And so like when we do close down our eyes and we do come to center with ourselves, whether it's through meditation or dance or prayer or pleasure, whatever it is, it's like we bring that energy back into ourselves. We ground back into our center. We remember that we are whole. We have everything already. There's nothing that we need. It's all here already. And we compare ourselves when we scroll, when all these things, it's just making us forget that it's all here already. So just like really calling in that sacred attunement of closing the eyes down more often.
Daily, even.
Yeah.
It could just be 5 minutes of sitting there and breathing.
Especially when we're feeling like overtaken by the senses and the world around us. Just coming back home.
Yeah, the infinite depth of the beautiful ocean of love that is here. And it just goes on and on and on, up, down, in all directions. It's infinite. And it's really beautiful to remember that.
So on that note, we invite you to watch this ceremony.
To join us.
For part 2 of the 7-part series of the crown. We started with the crown, we moved to the 3rd eye, and this last ceremony you can purchase both of them. They're both available now to watch the whole journey. Yeah, it's a ceremony that's co-created for you to be involved with us. So it's actually going to be beneficial and supportive for you as the viewer, and also it's a piece of enjoyment and art that we've created for you as well.
Yes.
With a lot of intention, a lot of magic, so much love, and our whole goal is really that we want it to be the most authentic experience as possible, so we can really demystify and bring back the rawness and realness of pleasure. That's not what we see in the porn industry, but it's real. It's 2 pleasure priestess goddesses, wild women, fully channeling our slutty, sacred, sexual, erotic nature.
Yes.
So we'll link everything below so you can join us in the pleasure temple, and thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm celebrating Elfina. I love you.
Oh, celebrating you too. I love you. So grateful to have such a sparkly mirror.
And yeah, join us in the ceremony, because it was gorgeous.